seems like Jake Paul is getting more and more desperate lately. I mean, I understand his views are down basically 1/4 from when they were at their peak, and he's scratching and clawing trying to stay relevant and all, but it's just getting kinda sad, man. In his latest act of desperation, he tweets out, "I wanna fight Soulja Boy." God damn it. Really, Jake? That's your master plan? I mean, I understand that he's getting attention lately for all the wrong reasons. I mean, this guy's currently in trouble with Nintendo for releasing the bootleg consoles that had emulators in them that played Nintendo games as well as Sega games and other companies. But if you've watched my previous videos, you might have seen the one where I talk about Nintendo lawsuits, and they don't mess around, man. I don't understand how stupid one could possibly be to release something like that. It's just, I mean, Soulja Boy, goddamn. The guy responsible for such smash hits as Crank That, one of the worst songs produced of all time. I mean, cause I don't know who's more desperate, Jake Paul or Soulja Boy. I mean, Soulja Boy has been making the rounds on Cameo, for God's sake. For those that don't know, Cameo is basically like Fiverr but with washed up celebrities instead of everyday folk, where you can pay just a range of prices for celebrities to do video messages for you. I mean, I think Soulja Boy was charging $100 right now. It doesn't show that he's available because, you know, he's so goddamn busy in litigation with Nintendo, but I think he was charging $100 for bangers such as this one.
Yo, Soulja Boy, that's me. Shout out to Char, 20th birthday, happy birthday, you already know what it is. Yo, Char like Charmander, swag, drip.
Well, slap my ass and call me Nancy. If that's not a good use of your money, I don't know what is. And this is just one of many, many acts of desperation from Jake Paul lately. I mean, most recently we had the "Hello Ninja, the Jake Paulers are here." You know, he's trying to play on that whole "Hello PewDiePie, the Low Gang is here," or whatever the hell Logan Paul did. But basically he was like doing a "I'm gonna help Ninja against Tfue," which Ninja never asked for. That's the difference, right? I mean, PewDiePie did ask Logan Paul for help, and Logan Paul just made that video in response to that. And, you know, I already made a video about this. Just watch the one that I released very recently to get up to speed on that. But basically, Jake Paul releases this video where he says, "Ninja, I'm gonna help you in a battle against Tfue. I'm gonna pay for a Super Bowl ad." And it's just like, God damn it, Jake.
Dear Ninja, I know you're watching this. Well, I hope you're watching this. You're probably gonna watch this. You're not getting clickbaited this time, Ninja. The Jake Paulers are here to help you. Something is coming up, and that something is the Super Bowl. That's like partially what the Super Bowl is known for, is like the crazy commercials. And so I started to think like, yo, what if I make a video and I first of all tell all the Paul Jakers to go subscribe to Ninja on Twitch. Everyone go do that right now. But what if I make a video or a commercial and I pay for the commercial to be played and aired as a Super Bowl commercial? What?
You see what I mean by it's just getting kind of sad? Keemstar responds to this video by saying, "I feel bad for Ninja. Freaking Jake Paul is forcing him to be in this cringe situation." I mean, he is. It's just, what the hell, man? Going off on a slight tangent here, but Lucas responds to this saying, "Imagine if he had to watch Drama Alert." To which Keemstar responds with, "Who, Ninja? He watches every video I upload." To which Ninja responds with, "Correct." Now it's up to interpretation whether he meant correct as in, yes, Jake Paul is indeed putting me in this cringe situation, or yes, I do watch every single Drama Alert. Either way, he's agreeing with Keemstar. The point is, I agree as well. Jake Paul is forcing him to be in this cringe situation that I don't think Ninja wants to be in. Although, I mean, Ninja's used to being in cringe situations, am I right?
Get it, come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what, just move. If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
And then before this, he was called out for that stupid mystery brand thing that him and Rice Gum and other YouTubers across the platform were basically promoting gambling to children. There's plenty of videos on this. This was like the most talked about thing as soon as January hit. But basically, to give you a rundown, there's a website basically that paid these YouTubers hundreds of thousands of dollars to show themselves, you know, using the site, opening these loot boxes for like $10, $15 and getting like hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of items in return. So it's basically like gambling, right? pay $15, you get a mystery item. The problem is that it was obviously a scam. They were offering items like a $200 million mansion or something that people looked up and it was for sale, so nobody owned it. So I mean, how does that work? If you win it, they pay for it? That's stupid. They don't own the deed, so they can't really give that to you. What if somebody bought it already? You know what I mean? And even disregarding that, at one point they had the odds for the items available to be seen. You know, you could look up, you know, okay, what are the chances of winning this? And somebody reverse engineered those odds that showed that there was no way that a loot box containing those items with those odds would be worth only $15. Somebody, I think it was like $7,000 you would have to pay for that to be turning a profit for the company. So they were showing false odds on items they probably didn't have in their possession to give to you to begin with. There's multiple things about this being a scam, but the point is, Jake Paul was, you know, one of the main faces behind this scam, and it's just like, that was the 2019 beginning of the year act of desperation from Jake Paul. And I feel like he's been in a downward spiral ever since he lost whatever goodwill he generated from that Shane Dawson documentary, because for a while there, it seems like the documentary that Shane Dawson did on him kind of humanized him a little bit, you know, made him a little bit more likable. You know, he's still pretty much a douchebag, and I don't think that the documentary erased that knowledge from the viewer base, but it made him, you know, a little bit more tolerable. And it was basically revolving around his relationship with Erica Costell, and made her seem a lot better than, you know, the public perception of her is as well. But then a couple weeks after that thing came out, they broke up and just killed all of that. Whatever goodwill was generated by that documentary just died in a flaming pile of shit. And ever since then, he's been doing nonsense like this challenging Soulja Boy nonsense that he's doing right now. I mean, he started, ever since he beat Deji last year, he basically already said that he's not going to give Deji a rematch because Deji's beneath him and he wants to fight people at an elevated level. But ever since then, he's just been challenging people that are way out of his league as far as like fame goes. Well, maybe not Dillon Danis. It started with a challenge against Dillon Danis, which is, you know, an MMA fighter. Hasn't, you know, had a lot of pro fights yet. I think he's 1-0 with one submission victory, but still, he's a pro MMA fighter, Jake. I think he would kill you in an actual fight, especially when you challenge him by tweeting at him, "Dear Dillon Danis, I'd beat your ass. Sincerely, Jake Paul." Yeah, he would definitely kill you in a fight. And then he goes and challenges Chris Brown. I mean, god damn it, dude. Chris Brown responds with, "Who the hell is Jake Paul?" Because in Chris Brown's world, you don't exist, Jake. He's not watching YouTube regularly. My god. When talking about it, he's like, "I want to call someone out. I want to keep on fighting. I love this sport. Chris Brown, I know you're supposed to fight Soulja Boy, but I think it's time to get in the ring with someone your size. So, Chris Brown, I want to see you." So, I guess he just went from that to the guy that was supposed to fight Chris Brown. I didn't even know that was a thing. Shows you how relevant Soulja Boy news is to me. And at some point during all this nonsense, he also challenges FaZe Ricky Banks, which is the only one that actually makes sense out of any of these stupid ass challenges. Because FaZe Banks and Jake Paul at least have history. You know, they don't like each other. FaZe Banks is dating Alissa Violet. Alissa Violet used to date Jake Paul. They've had their issues. It's been very public knowledge that these guys just genuinely do not like each other. They both got their claim to fame on YouTube, so that's the only one. Stick to that, Jake, but don't goddamn give him like 3 months to train after you've been training all goddamn year long. That's just so goddamn stupid. Give him a fair amount of time and stick to that. Do you really expect like one of these celebrities you're challenging to just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go kick Jake Paul's ass"? What does that do for them, Jake? Like, really, think about it. I mean, it's just making you look like an asshole is all it's doing, which I guess is what your whole persona is, but still, man. There's a point where it's like, you know, what a dumbass. And there's a point where it's like, oh my god, that dumbass just looks so goddamn sad right now. But between you and your brother, man, you guys are just going back and forth as to which is the more cringe brother of the two. I mean, I know before the whole Sue, and I'll space it out, Eastside thing, Forest, incident with your brother, that everybody always said that, oh, Logan is the more level-headed, basically the normal brother of the two, and then he did that, and then all of his, you know, dirty laundry was exposed. People started like nitpicking things about him, but then you had to top that. Like, you guys just keep going back and forth. That personally, after the Nerd City video on you, Jake, you're just so much worse than Logan in my opinion, but whatever, man, to each their own as far as that opinion goes. But I don't think anybody will disagree that what I said earlier, that you just killed all of the good faith that was generated by the Shane Dawson documentary, and that possibly could have been your chance to reboot yourself, to create an image that people don't despise as much as they despise your current persona, or whatever, if it is a persona. I'm really starting to doubt it based on the consistency alone, but whatever. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Rate this video, share it with your friends and family if they're interested in nonsense like this that goes down on YouTube. Subscribe and notifications to be alerted whenever I release another one of these entertainment-filled extravaganzas. And I will see you guys next time.